Hey everyone, welcome into the show today. Today we're going to be talking about flipping houses, which you might be saying, what? Clayton, you're a buy and hold guy. You focus on buy and hold. Well, guess what? Anytime I want to talk about flipping houses, I go to my man, Jerry Norton. He is the king of flipping houses. And he's done, how many deals have you done now, do you think? Thousands?
Boy, I think in the thousands now, yeah.
That's my
15
man.
years full time.
That's crazy. So Jerry's here because we're going to be putting together an awesome series. I've had so many of you reach out to me over the years saying, you know, buy and hold is interesting to me, but I would love to flip houses. I would love to maybe get some of that quick cash in order to jump into buy and hold investing. So Jerry is the guy. He's the brains behind Flipping Mastery, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But first, let's dive into it a little bit because we're going to put together a whole series of videos for people that want to learn about flipping houses. First of all, what is flipping houses? Let's start at the 30,000 foot level. What does flipping real estate actually look like?
Yeah, great. Well, the best way to describe it is it's a short-term strategy, right? So when it comes to real estate, what you focus on and talk a lot about is that passive income, long-term, buy and hold it,
Right.
get that cash flow, get that appreciation. Flipping is how do I get in and out of a deal as fast as I can and make as much money as I can for the least amount of time, energy, and effort as I can. So it's a completely different mindset of I'm not holding it, I just want to get this contract, control it in some way, and then flip it for more than what I got it for and move on to another deal.
Right. Now, is this involved, am I getting in there with swinging a hammer myself if I want to?
Great question.
I've done a lot of that. I've done the drywall, I've done those things. Is that what people have to do?
Yeah, well, there's a way to do it that way, but that's really not how you should do the business, right? Just like, a property manager can change everything with rentals. The right way to do it is you can fix and flip, which is, do all those repairs. Ideally, you hire that out. You get a general contractor or other contractors, they do the work. That allows you to kind of step aside from swinging a hammer and focus on the business and finding more deals. And that's really how you should do the business. But what's great is there's a way to flip real estate where you actually don't even own the property. You don't do any repairs. You don't do any of that. No funding. And that's with wholesaling, which is really exciting.
So let's dive into that a little bit. With the wholesaling side of things, I've done a lot of wholesaling deals over the years. There's an art to it, but it can be a little intimidating for people when they hear about it because they don't know where to start. How do you instruct people just to take action and get started flipping real estate?
Well, first thing that I recommend is when it comes to flipping real estate, wholesaling is such a great place to start because you're not actually owning the property, you're not actually doing repairs, you're not actually getting funding for it. You're only controlling the contract, right? That piece of paper.
Right.
So you get that contract to buy it and you can actually flip your contract, not the property, the contract to somebody else. They step in, they handle funding it and taking ownership and fixing it up and renting it or flipping it or whatever. And you just made a little sliver of the pie, but you left the lion's share of the work and the profit for the next person. And you're out, you move on. Most people don't realize that you can make money without actually owning any real estate.
Well, a lot of people think, well, I can't do this because I don't have the money. How am I going to find $300,000?
Right.
And in this video series, we're going to walk and take you through some properties and we're going to show you some examples of houses that are being flipped and how you can make a good amount of money. In fact, I'll show you a deal where I made a boatload of money simply flipping a contract in this exact neighborhood. But a lot of people get scared because they think, oh, I don't have the money. How am I going to do this?
Yeah, and that's what's so great about wholesaling is you can literally make money flipping your contracts without any of your own money into any deals.
Right.
How great is that? No money. And for me, that was awesome because when I got started 15 years ago, I was earning minimum wage in construction, digging holes. I learned about wholesaling, started doing it, got to a point where I was doing several a month, making $5,000 to $10,000 per deal, and it just brought me into a whole nother life.
And so you've got an amazing program as well, because if you come across a deal, so anybody watching right now who actually finds a deal but then doesn't want to get involved in the rehabilitation process of the property, you actually have a program that people can reach out to you, and we're going to have a link in the description below that people can click on to share their deal. But tell us about this, where you'll actually buy their deal from them.
Yeah, that's right. So over the years, I've transitioned from starting out with junkers in Detroit when I first got started to nicer and nicer homes, and even expanded into the entire U.S. So now I flip houses, fix and flip houses all across the U.S. I've got really good systems in place to manage them, and I've got funding to buy them and fix them up and flip them. My biggest thing is I need more deals. So I have a nationwide finder program anywhere in the U.S. There is some criteria of the types of deals that I like to flip, but what's great is someone that doesn't really have any experience, any background in this, They can come in, they can learn how to find these deals, and I have software and training that does that. And then you can go out and actually get that contract. I'll show you how to do it. Bring it to me, submit it to me, and if it meets my criteria, I'll pay you $10,000 for that deal.
That's crazy. So $10,000, you can just submit them right to Jerry. You don't have to worry about who's going to buy it.
That's right.
I mean, I know when I was starting out doing wholesaling, that's one of the main focuses is getting that cash buyer list.
Finding a buyer.
And you remove that sort of stress from the process, which is amazing.
Yeah, what's great about this is you don't have to worry about capital, you don't have to worry about managing repairs, you don't have to worry about marketing and sale to a retail buyer, and you don't even have to find an investor that'll take that deal. I'll take that deal. So really it just comes down to like one thing. Go find a good deal.
Right.
That's
so,
it.
well, we're going to get into that. So as we continue on in this series, we're going to talk about finding deals. We're going to show you how to flip the house itself. We're going to be looking at multiple points along this path to flipping houses, flipping real estate. We'll take you beyond just wholesaling so you can get in there knee deep, swinging hammers yourself or hiring the right people in order to flip those houses. Jerry is the man behind Flipping Mastery. So subscribe to the channel. Catch us in our next video, and if you've got a deal, the link is below. Submit it to Jerry, and he'll pay you $10,000. We'll see you in the next video, everyone.